しまえばきっとこの夏は充実するのもっとI'm looking outside my window right now and thinking it's looking so nice and blue and clear outside. But I just know it's actually like a minefield. It's a minefield of pollen. It's a war zone. And you know what? I'm just glad to be inside right now. Over the course of this past week, it's been just a one battle after another because I have not had one single day to myself. And you'll be thinking, oh, boy finds out about extracurriculars. Yes, it's all extracurriculars, but man, it's busy. Also not just extracurriculars. I had to play for a concert, and that took up my whole night, and I was really sad because I love it when I can go by my own schedule. And yes, maybe my own schedule might be me scrolling for 4 hours. Shh. We don't talk about it. Anyways, what I wanted to do with you guys is do a personality test. I've never done this before. I actually don't know what this is. A Myers-Briggs test is basically there's 16 different personality types, and it assigns you one based on what you respond with to the questions. And I want to try one with you guys. And yes, maybe I've done this a couple times before. Shut up. Okay, let's start. First off, you regularly make new friends. I'm gonna be so vague when I say this. No, okay, so I'm in a different, school than I was last year. I changed schools. So this is kind of needed if you want school to be fun. Friends makes school, they're one of the reasons that they're one of the factors that make up the full school experience, full academic journey. You have friends that support you, and maybe some are bad, maybe some are good, but eventually you'll make one. Oh, my neighbor's dog. Unless you're a psychopath who doesn't talk to people. Actually, no, you can still have friends if you're a psychopath. So the how you can answer is you can be neutral, you can slightly agree, slightly disagree, moderately agree, moderately disagree, really, really agree, or really, really disagree. And I say slightly agree because I kind of have to right now. But it's fun to make new friends. It's fun to meet new people, to be honest. It's fun because each person is different, and it's fun to explore new types of NPCs. Okay, never mind. No, I'm kidding. Okay, complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Obviously, I have to go with agree, moderately agree. Yeah, sometimes simple ideas are all you need, but usually if it's a TV show with nothing happens in the plot, obviously something happens in the plot, but it's very linear, then for example one that continues to evolve as it adds newer and newer seasons, I feel like I would like The Ladder. Actually, I don't know what ladder means, but you know what I mean. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. Yeah. I will be I have to get this done. It's going to be something really important. It's moderately important, but if the motivation isn't there, then I don't want to do it. I'm a lazy bum. I'm gonna be moderately agree. Okay, your living and working spaces are clean and organized. let's look around. Behind me is my clothes in a basket waiting to be folded. They've been waiting there for a day by now. This is a Japanese Lego tree. Not me saying this. I can, like, you can't even see this. This is my Japanese Lego tree that I built. I feel like it's a nice room. But every time I like look at the floor, there's like specks of dirt. And it's like I only use one like specific parts of my room. It's not like I don't even use a closet in my room. So like one part, if you walk into my room, one part of my room will be empty and clean and organized, and the other will be messy as hell. So I think I do a good job at organizing my room though. So I'm gonna put slightly agree. I don't care. I classify organized as I know where everything is. So I don't care about if someone else is using my room and they have no idea where the scissors are. I know where it is. Only me. It's my organization system. Y'all have nothing on me. Usually stay calm, even under a lot of pressure. Recently, I've had a lot of so I have this form for my exams that are coming up soon, and and I've been procrastinating it for some reason because you need every single teacher in your semester to sign it, and I finally got every one of my teachers to sign it, and now guess what? I put it somewhere, and now it's gone. It's gone forever. And I can't find it. I have no idea if I have it and I'm just stupid, or if it's literally like in someone else's hands and they're like, haha, I have this person's information about their exam. But I'm not bothered. For some reason. But every time I fall in a tower in Ito, you do not want to be in my vicinity for the next 30 minutes. Actually crazy how I don't I literally will not care about the most important stuff happening to me. And then when a minor annoyance or inconvenience comes my way that I actually care about, I will crash out. And I think it's kind of weird how I do that, but I can't really control it. Okay, but then I don't care after. So I'm gonna put agree question mark, which agree should I put moderately? I'm gonna put slightly agree. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. Yes. Whenever I make my videos and then I publish it, I have to self-promote myself. You may be wondering how do I self-promote myself? I don't like doing this. Y'all know I hate doing this, but I post my uploads in the Ito subreddit. It's actually crazy how people actually respond to it, and also in the Ito Discord server and Arts and Creations. And I'm scared every time I do it, and oh my, someone's gonna hate on me, someone's gonna hate on me. And not once has that happened, but it's still very menacing. The idea of it, it's just, I hate having to do this. I hate having to, make myself an advertisement. I know some people have found me that way, and they genuinely like me, but I wish people could just find me on their own, which is what the majority do, but I'm still worried about that. I'm gonna put moderately agree. Sometimes it's fun, but only if it's not serious. You prioritize and plan. Okay, wait, this is question I'm not counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is question 7. 6, 7, 8. Shut the fuck up. Okay, you prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. I complete them before the deadline. Not well before the deadline, but I complete them before the deadline. This is for both school and like my videos. What I'll do is I will set a deadline when the video is 80% complete. Obviously in school you can't set a deadline. Your teacher does that for you. But for my videos, because no one is gonna do it for me, I have to like pick a date. And whenever I'm picking a date, it's not like the one that's the most convenient. It's always the one that like calls out to me. You see April 10th. It does not matter, but for me, it's like, wait, no, this is what the exact, like, thoughts that happen in my brain. Wait, that date looks so tough. And then I, like, it's so stupid, but it works, I guess. It also stresses me out because it's not that lenient. April 10th was not that lenient. Y'all know the introduction and conclusion, they weren't even done 2 days before the video came out. And I had to rush it. That's funny though. But I don't really plan it. What I do is I split the video into little groups, and then I try to do them consistently. Sometimes I will procrastinate and I'll have to make up for it. In school, I don't plan like this at all. I just do the work because it's easy. Also, I'm not in AP. And even if it's like a lot of work piling up, I will not plan. But I complete it before the deadline. Even if it's just 1 millisecond before the deadline, I complete it, which is good, I guess. I've never gotten a 0, or I've never gotten late. So I'm gonna put neutral. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. Yes, they do. Obviously, you use both numbers and data and to like support the stories and emotions, that will speak way louder. But I feel stories and emotions more than number. Like, I want to see people elaborate on what they've been through instead of just saying facts. Because would you rather say a shooting happens at a concert? Not that I'm like, okay, so a shooting happens at a concert, and you have to pick one type of media that's covering the tragedy. Would you rather pick a documentary on one of the victims who survived, or see an infographic saying how many people died? That's such a no-brainer, I feel. I'm gonna moderately agree. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Hell nah. Disagree that. Like, I'm so stubborn when it comes to using things like this. When like people ask me if I use like a calendar. No, hell no. I hate using that. Not once have I unironically used my calendar app to like type down what's happening in my week. I just don't want to use it. I don't know why. I don't know what annoys me about like using organizing tools. I just don't. Something about using them is like so like like imagine needing to, I don't know. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Yes, I will get a question wrong on a test, on like a math test, and it will be like something that I kind of overlooked. Even though double check on my math test, it will be something I overlooked somehow, and then I got it wrong. And then I'll be like in a downward spiral. I think I'm like overthinking it too much. Moderately agree. I will doubt everything I've done to come this far, and I feel humiliated. even if it's a small mistake. I will want to scream, slurs my pillow. Yeah. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking in conversation. I did this once and I felt awkward and I didn't like it, but I guess it worked because now we're friends. But usually, no. I feel like that's a very, unless you need something from them, I feel like that's a very, like, random thing to do, to just do that. Or maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's, like, at a party. Obviously, at a party, you can do that. I won't do that. You could do that. You guys could do that for me. But in public, if if I just randomly walk up to some like person my age, they will like want to social distance from me forever, and I want to like throw myself off a cliff. What should I put? Guys, I'm gonna put neutral question mark. Slightly disagree. Okay, you're not too interested in You're not too interested. You're not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. I know what that means. I feel like this quiz could like word things simpler so that people with less than 100 IQ can decipher what it's saying. Actually, what's the average IQ? I think it's 100. I don't know. I'm not too interested in discussions about. No, what are you talking about? Yes, I am. When I first got into music, I did not know concept albums were a thing. And then when I realized Igor was about a love triangle, I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And then I got into Kendrick Lamar. His lyrics is still being studied to this day, believe it or not. This man is a genius. Also FNAF lore is also still being studied. What the fuck? Like, Kendrick Lamar's lyrics is... I did not know this, but Kendrick Lamar's lyrics is being studied in universities. That's how deep this goes. It's actually so crazy. And when I first listened to Mr. Morale and... also, if you want like interpretations about these kinds of concept albums, go watch Tennis Thom. Tennis, THOM. He does not play tennis, but he talks about like albums like Blonde, albums like Bastard, Goblin, Wolf. I do want to see T-Pab dissection and analysis, but he hasn't made that, sadly. But when I first listened to Mr. Morale, like that like changed my whole worldview. It changed how I shot everything, and it was actually crazy. I went like monkey nuts. I analyzed every single song, and I realized it was like one of the I think it was the first project where it's not actually about social commentary, but it's about commentary about him, like himself. Also, he goes to therapy, so I'm gonna say disagree. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. I feel like it's neutral. Obviously, I feel bad when I have to, for example, if I say I have to ration someone because we ran out of food. I don't know why I suddenly like resorted to cannibalism, like thinking of cannibalism, but yeah. Nothing is neutral. I feel bad, though. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all, most of the time. Sometimes I'll make a plan in my head of what I'm gonna do today. So, say, like, after school, I'm gonna walk in the park, then I'm gonna shower, then I'm gonna cook, like, things like that. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I end up procrastinating on my phone for some reason. because I'm a lazy bum. But sometimes I can't make the plan in my head because I realize there are so many things I can do, and then it's like paralysis from freedom of choice. You rarely worry about. Oh wait, I'm put slightly agree for that. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Hell no. This was more like serious before, but now I don't really care that much. But before, I used to like I made a good first impression on people, or else I think they would hate me forever. Now it's not that bad, but if it's someone that like in school, I need to make sure that they know I'm not weird until I start acting weird around them. And then my true personality shows out. Um I'm gonna put slightly disagree. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. I don't really care, but am I gonna be a lone wolf or am I gonna be blending in with everyone? I'm gonna say neutral. I don't really care about. You enjoy experimenting with new untested approaches. Yes. When I made the Steel Spy Horizon video, I was switching to a new editing software, and I had to like play around with everything to get to know my surroundings. And it was really fun. It was so fun to like experiment and play around with new stuff that I've never seen before. Like it really opened the possibilities. Because Clipchamp is horrible. No, it's not horrible. It's good for starters, but then it starts becoming ass. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. This is a good one. Sometimes I try to be like consider the emotions of the listener before I speak. But then it ends up being kind of like a backhanded compliment. So I tried, but I like to be more. I prefer being honest. If someone asks me, do I look pretty, and I'm gonna say you look ugly as hell. Okay, maybe not that rude, but you'll know what I mean. You actually seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to you actually seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. I want to do that. I keep telling myself I wanna try new things, and then I don't end up doing it. But I want to do that. So I'm gonna put slightly agree. You're prone to worrying things. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Yes. Sometimes I'm scared to go flying now. Every time I go on an airplane, I'm like, oh shoot, we're gonna crash. And then we don't, and everything's fine. But yeah, that happens a lot for me. Moderately agree. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. Again, I don't really Again, I don't really care. I think it depends on how I feel, but most of the time I literally won't mind. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. I used to read, but now I don't. I really have to start getting into my literature grind again. I have 1984 waiting for me on my shelf. And because my mom bought it for me. So I have to read it. But I feel like it's not impossible. I feel like I'll put slightly disagree. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. How long is this quiz? You favor favorite efficiency in decisions, even if it means Y'all are seeing how horrible my reading comprehension skills are. Why can't I understand the sentence? You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some. No, actually, no. I'll do like the most like inconvenient things. I'll put slightly disagree. I'll do the most inconvenient things. Like I'll do something in a certain way that's more inconvenient because I like it. I want to do it that way. So stupid. But sadly, that's how I'm built. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. As you can see, I haven't folded my clothes yet before recording this. But usually I do. Hello. Slightly agree. I promise you, I'm not a lazy bum in real life. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. I don't really have disagreements. Can I not speak English today? I don't really have disagreements. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. But the last time I had an argument with someone, I think I really didn't want to hurt them. So I'm gonna put disagree. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. Yes. Or I just don't talk to anyone. They'll be like, "How are you?" And I'll be like, Your mood can change very quickly. This is like an ADHD test. Hello. This is like agree. No, neutral. I'll be happy. It will be like so happy. I'm happy. And I'll be sad or angry because something happened. Or maybe it's like teen angst and mood changes in puberty. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. No, disagree. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. This is only for things that are like passion projects. This is like things that don't really have a punishment if you don't do them. But yeah, like slightly agree or moderately agree. You, ew. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. Excuse me for that burp. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. I say agree. In my group chat, we used to like debate every day. That's so nerdy to do, but I think it's important to learn how to debate. I even joined the debate club, but I didn't like that because they didn't actually teach us how to like debate. They vaguely touched on rebuttals, but that's all they did, and I think they could have done better at making a debate club. But I like doing it, especially if it's something that's important to me. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I say, like, at the same time, it doesn't matter. But usually I will be like, it's like it depends on how I feel. It switches. Sometimes I'll be like, I wish I had a real human to connect with. And then other times it will be like, I hate everyone. I don't want to talk to anyone ever again. Leave me alone. So I'll put neutral. But it's never both. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. I've never had a highly theoretical discussion except in like like discussions in like TV shows where it's like, so what if like but I'll put like slightly agree. I lose interest in discussions in general, not because they're boring, but because it's hard for me to follow for a long time. And then I zone out. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Yeah. I think this is like the same question from earlier, but worded differently. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. Yeah. If you guys see my my upload schedule, it's like the first one was, they were like weeks apart, and then start turning into 1 month apart, and then started turning into like 3 months apart. And now, like my recent one was like 5 months apart from the zone 2 one. Like it's crazy. It's hard for me to do that. You rarely second guess the choices that you've made. No. When I do a test, especially if it's like it felt easy to me, I will like double check. I won't even double check that shit. I will triple check, quadruple check every single question, to make sure I'm right. Your friends will describe you as lively and outgoing. I wouldn't, but they would. There's a clear difference. I think that I'm a little hermit crab in my shell that never wants to do anything. I think my friends would say, he keeps crawling on all fours at the mall and in public places, and he makes us not want to publicly associate with him. So yeah. Okay, wait. You're drawn to various forms of creative expression. We need to wrap this up. It's overtime. Fuck. Yes, you're drawn to various forms of creative expression such as writing. Hell yes. I love music. I love movies. I love art. I feel it. I feel it in my heart when I see a piece of art. And it's like, damn, like this really speaks to my soul. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. It's kind of both. I have like the to-do list for each day. It literally asked me this. No. To-do list. No go to-do list. No. Highly disagree. You rarely feel insecure. I'm like such a stubborn head when it comes to organization tool. Like, no, I don't want something telling me, even if I made it, even if I wrote the to-do list, it's literally telling me what to do. It's like, no, I want to do this. Also, I change my mind frequently, so having a to-do list feels like obsolete for me. You rarely feel insecure. Hell no. It's probably because I'm a teenager. Moderately disagree. There will be times where it's like, wow, I look in the mirror, it's like, wow, I actually look decent today. But most of the time, it's like, I actually hate everything about myself. And I think that's normal. And I think that's a default mode for a lot of people. And I think it's so romantic how we're all watching this at the same time. Like, okay, you avoid making phone calls. I don't even make calls, I text. What will annoy me is whenever people, like, my mom calls me while I'm doing something, and for some reason it's so annoying to me, but I never want to tell her because I feel like she prefers calls, but I prefer texts. So, agree. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. I feel like it's very important to do that because, like, you can't always stick to one, like, mindset. I feel like you need to broaden your mind and open up to ideas that may contrast against yours, and opinions that contrast against yours. You need to. I feel like it's important to listen to. I feel like it's important to listen to other people to meet up. What's it called? Compromise. Agree. Okay, you can easily connect with people who you have just met. It depends on the person. Sorry, I'm being so annoying. It depends. Shut up. Like, I guess. They will be like, whenever I meet someone new, they will be like, oh, he's such a vibe. Like, No, I'm just literally being myself. That's literally all I'm doing. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on like if you're not being yourself, then okay, if you're I'm unapologetically me. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Okay, so sorry with all like this little story times, but sometimes well like when I get distracted while working on a video like I'll be editing my video and then there'll be like and then I have to like search for something online like a an Instagram reel to put in my video because I think it's too boring and needs a funny little reel. So I will go on Instagram and then immediately get distracted. And then I will lose a whole hour, a whole 60 minutes to me procrastinating. It's so bad. Moderately agree. No, disagree. Shit. Okay, you are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Hell yes. There's this time where I was trying to get this person's attention, and then when I went up to them, I like didn't say anything, and then I just smiled at them, and then I walked back to what I was doing. And then whenever I think of that moment, I immediately like scrunch up and I crawl into a ball and I feel like shoving rusty nails down my throat. That's what I feel like doing whenever I think of it. I want to permanently erase that memory from my mind. I never want to think of it ever again. We're not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. Not too. It needs to stop playing around with like the negative tenses. Like, you are not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. English is such a horrible language. Literally, we could have made anything else the universal language, but we chose English. So many inconsistencies in it too. Disagree. I think they really said flying car. Wait, sorry, this is kind of unrelated, but they really said we're gonna have flying cars. You know that meme was like we're gonna have flying cars in the future, and then it's like something stupid like tong tong sahur. That's funny. It really shows how stupid and also how genius humanity is becoming. That's like an oxymoron. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Does this mean like temper tantrums or like how I decide things? Cause if it's temper tantrums, I don't really get those anymore. If I'm angry, I just and then I don't care after like 10 minutes. But if it's like, oh, I feel like doing this today, I will do it even though I shouldn't be. So, slightly agree. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than on what is more logical or efficient. It's kind of both, but they literally asked this same exact question. I swear they did. It's worded differently. They're playing with my brain. Focus more on how the affected people might feel than. Hello, I literally just heard a child scream bloody murder outside my window. Agree. No, neutral. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Yes! Yes! Like, oh, shoot. I just reset the whole test. Oh, shoot. Wait, it saves. Thank you. I did not know it saved. I'm so glad it saves. That actually scared me for a second. What the heck? Wow. I'm like scrolling past all my past questions. I tried to keep it consistent, but it never like my personal work style is all like spontaneous. I can never it's always when I feel like it. And one day I will be like like I'll have a great idea and I will just like hyper focus on what the video that I'm making on, and like my parents will have to like yell at me and like grab me off the screen. And then there will be days where it's like I don't want to do this, and then I procrastinate for like 2 days. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. I used to be like this, and I still am. Slightly agree. When people say, "Oh my goodness," like they compliment me, and I personally disagree with their compliment, but I still say thank you so that I'm not rude about it. I wonder how long it will take for them to be like, "Oh, you actually suck. You actually suck balls." Okay, you would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. No, not really. If it's talking about like an actual job and not like content creation, no. If it means like work on my own schedule, then yes. But I don't want to be alone most of the time. Like that's so sad and isolating. I'd feel. But if it's like content creation, like obviously you're working alone. Unless you have like an editor for you. But no, slightly disagree. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical philosophical me forgetting how to pronounce philosophical. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. There was a point in my life where I was like, when I was like dissecting Mr. Morale, I found Kendrick's philosophy to be about like Eckhart Tolle to be kind of interesting, about like the super ego and I forgot. Like I studied this for like a week and then I forgot about it, but I thought it was kind of interesting. And also there's Persona. If you guys don't know, Persona is a JRPG, but it's also like mixed with philosophical themes. Like where the shadow is the true self and the persona is, I don't know. But I think it's interesting, so I don't think it's a waste of time. Like, moderately disagree. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intimate places. I like both. Both have their beauty. Like, it's like in Tokyo how, like, there's a whole, like, urban, like, a sprawling urban, like, a concrete forest. And also, like, cherry blossoms. Like, that, I think that's a beautiful. Neutral. Can this get out of my face? Okay, neutral. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. If it's an important decision, I consider it. If it's something like like pouring a glass of water, I will forget that there are other things around the glass of water, and then when I'm getting the glass, like one time I opened the cabinet and I wasn't looking, but I was still opening it, and then suddenly like a cup shattered on my head, and it was like, oh, I didn't know that could happen. So I'm gonna put neutral. Or, yeah, neutral. Wait. Yeah. You often feel overwhelmed. Sometimes I will feel overwhelmed. Sometimes I'll feel underwhelmed. I genuinely don't know what's wrong with me. I'll put neutral. But it's not often. It's like a balance. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Yeah. Sometimes I'll forget the steps even though I literally just looked at them. But that doesn't really count. Like, because you still complete it methodically. And I don't want to skip over anything. Because then, it'll, like, who knows what will happen. Maybe it'll explode. Especially if it's, like, cooking something. Prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow Concrete steps. Yeah, I like thinking when like creative solutions require you to really use your critical thinking skills. I only like doing that when it's something I actually care about. If it's like, say, like it's a math question and it's like the thing where you have to find the angle of a triangle. It's like, wait, like those questions are actually so fun. Whoever made those, I love you. But if it's something like geography about ugh, like urban designing, or what is it called? I will blank out. I will blank out. Because I don't care. I literally don't care about geography. In geography, I thought we would be learning about like where the countries are because I literally memorized every single country and capital when I was like 6 for some reason. Because I was like, I used to play these geography games that helps you practice the country. But don't ask me now because I forgot like every single capital. But what does that have to do with this question? Agree. It's so hot in my room. What the fuck? You're more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making a choice. It literally asked this question. Yes. You struggle with deadlines? No. I don't struggle with deadlines. The only deadlines I struggle with is the videos, which is like kind of ironic because school is like notorious for being having stressful deadlines. Or maybe, okay, wait, whatever. Moderately disagree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Disagree. Y'all see how Gen Z is suffering right now in the workforce. Like people are calling them lazy, but what do you mean? The work industry seems like a horrible place right now, and it's very scary. Feel confident that things moderately disagree. Your gender optional. This will determine your avatar. I'm male. Let's see results. Let's see. Okay, guys, are we ready? Wait, drum roll. Wait. Your personality type is mediator. INFPT. As an INFP, you possess a rich inner world brimming with imagination, empathy, and idealism. That's awesome. Okay, wait, let's see our personality traits. I mean, my personality traits. Oh, you want to be me so bad. Okay, personality traits. 50% introverted. You likely prefer fewer yet... What? No, 51%. That's basically 50%. Okay, so I'm 50% introverted, 50% extroverted. So what's the word for that? It's like ambivert. I'm an ambivert. I feel like that's really common though. I'm so special because I'm both, and I am everything. 71% intuitive. You're likely very imaginative and open-minded, focusing on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. Yeah. Okay. 64% feeling. You likely value emotional expression and sensitivity, prioritizing empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. This sounds just like me. What? Tactics. 61% prospecting. I know that game. You're likely very adaptable, easygoing, and flexible, prioritizing spontaneity over stability. And turbulent. You're likely self-conscious, sensitive to stress. Perfectionistic. Yeah. This is me. This is literally me. What the heck? I'm scared. So are we glad? I feel like, wait, guys, tell me, do this quiz right now. Tell me what you get. We can get to know each other better. Just kidding, guys. Don't talk to anyone online. And see you. Tell me your personality traits in the comments. This was fun. Wait, tell me if you guys want to see more stuff like this where I do tests and stuff. Got it? Yes, we do. Thank you for listening, and I love you.